नमस्कार साथियों, मैं कुलश्रेष्ठ तिवारी आप लोगों का स्वागत करता हूं आपके अपने यूट्यूब चैनल कुलश्रेष्ठ तिवारी मैथ पर। यहां पर आप लोग देख सकते हैं द हिंदू का आर्टिकल हमने लिया है, डिसकंसर्टिंग डायलेशन ऑन रिटेल इन्फ्लेशन हाइक। बहुत बड़ा इन्फ्लेशन हुआ है, अनटेम्ड इन्फ्लेशन रिस्क हर्टिंग डोमेस्टिक कंजप्शंस। Just 5 days after Reserve Bank of India Governor Shaktikanta asserted that inflation has shown signs of moderation and the worst is behind us, Monday's release of Consumer Price Index (CPI) estimates for January revealed at a disconcerting reveals in price gains trend. Headline retail inflation, which had steadily eased over the last quarter of 2022 from September's 5-month high of 7.4%, quickened by 80 basis points last month to 6.5%. Propelling the acceleration was 175 basis points jumps in food prices, with inflation measured by Consumer Food Price Index quickening to 5.94% from December 4.19%. Adding to the disquiet is the fact that inflation had already been at an elevated 6% in January 2022, implying that the year-on-year increase was hence a favourable base effect and entirely due to an upsurge in the momentum of price giants. Food prices climbed across the board, with vegetables being the solitary item in the CPI's 12-member food and beverages subgroup to post a year-on-year deflation of 11.7% as winter supply outstripped demand. Cereals, which include rice and wheat and carries the heaviest weight of almost 10% in the subgroup, lost a 16.1% jump in prices, and milk and dairy products, the second heaviest, saw price gain by 8.79%. Policymakers first to be particularly worried. पॉलिसी मेकर हैं वो चिंता जता रहे हैं अबाउट द 2.6% मंथ ऑन मंथ डायलेशन इन सीरियल प्राइजेज, मोर सो बिकॉज द दिस disproportionately impact rural households which spends a larger shares of their income on food, with a 12.4% weight in the rural consumption basket. Cereal prices fueled January overall rural headline inflation at an even quicker 6.85% pace. The surprise reveals in price trends suggests inflationary expectations in the economy are nowhere near anchored and will necessitates further policy action, both from the RBI and fiscal authorities, to be sure. Mr. Das last week not only announced a 25 basis points interest rate increases, but also committed that RBI to enacting policy that ensures a durable disinflation with core inflation or price gains that strip out the impact of food and fuel prices, remaining stubbornly stuck above 6% and in fact in changing up last month to 6.23% from December 6.22%. Policymakers face the challenges of targeting the components of the inflationary trend that can be addressed by raising credit cost and tamping down on demand. Given that inflation is in several key services categories, including health and personal care, is running well above the RBI's upper bound of 6%, with prices continuing to harden, the center and states must annul measures, including rationalization of GST rates, to help ease the inflationary burden on the economy, with overseas demand set to stay weak this year. Untamed inflation risk hurting domestic consumption. ऐसे ही एडिटोरियल और जो है यूपीएससी जीएस मेंस के पेपर को कवरअप करते हुए ऐसे ही इन्फॉर्मेटिव वीडियो देखने के लिए हमारे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लें और शेयर कर दें। नमस्कार साथियों, जय हिंद।